Welcome to LFN News, a production of LFN Media, bringing you the latest in celebrity news, with specific analysis to keep you in the know of what is going on around you. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. We also encourage you to share your comments in the comments section below and let us know what you think about the issue under discussion and any other issue you may want us to discuss in the future. Following the guilty verdict in the R. Kelly trial July last year, federal prosecutors have written a court memo requesting the R&B singer be sentenced to more than 25 years in prison. How ridiculous! In light of the seriousness of the offenses, the need for specific deterrence and the need to protect the public from further crimes of the defendant, the government respectfully submits that a sentence in excess of 25 years is warranted. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York wrote to the judge on the case. The document also recommended that Kelly be fined between $50,000 to $250,000 in addition to the jail time, well aware of R. Kelly's current financial situation. The camp behind R. Kelly's trial, that also initiated the Mute R. Kelly campaign, saw the Grammy-winning R&B king, who has written songs for some of music's top stars, run completely broke after he lost his contract with RCA Records amidst pressures of the Mute R. Kelly campaign and the Surviving R. Kelly documentary series. For the government to now be recommending that R. Kelly be fined is merely adding insult to injury. Although there have been consistent delays in his sentencing, now scheduled for June 29, the I Believe I Can Fly star now seems ever more closer to sentencing after his lawyers' requests to further extend the sentencing date were kicked out. Kelly was charged guilty after a 6-week-long, largely circumstantial trial, based on witness accounts and little or no evidence whatsoever, and was convicted of all 9 counts against him. It is now evident, however, that the life sentence, which many of R. Kelly's key accusers have been pushing for, is nothing more than mere wishful thinking, since even the government has acknowledged it would be way out of reach for them, the reason they are trying to push for just 25 years for the singer. The 55-year-old Kelly would nevertheless be well into his 70s when released if he actually gets 25 years in jail. Although we all know R. Kelly has the potential to put together a full album in under a year, even in jail, and would have no trouble finding another label to sign him on, 25 years behind bars for a man who has been betrayed by the same people he fed, would greatly devastate him. Jennifer Bonjean, R. Kelly's lawyer, has argued Kelly should be sentenced to fewer than 14 years in prison. She plans to explain why his history and characteristics justify the shorter sentence she is pushing for in a filing next Monday. Other reports have also indicated that R. Kelly may be facing 10 years to life come 29 June. But Michael Bachner, a legal expert that has been closely following the R. Kelly case, stressed in an interview that racketeering carries a very significant jail sentence of 20 years and that he believes Mr. Kelly is going to see every day of that time. It is important to note that Kelly faces more charges outside of New York. Minnesota state prosecutors charged him with alleged engagements with minors and faces more or less similar charges in Illinois. R. Kelly's fate seems to have been sealed by the production and subsequent release of the Surviving R. Kelly documentary series released early 2019 that featured major, though majorly unfounded, allegations against the singer relating to most of his charges in the different states. There are mixed feelings, however, about the upcoming sentencing from the R. Kelly fans' camp. Given the nature of the trial and how it was conducted, and based on the singer's history, with a trail of individuals coming out to sue R. Kelly with unsubstantiated claims, which have seldom been disregarded by court, it is evident that R. Kelly was wrongly convicted on this trial. The general feeling around R. Kelly's fans' camp is that R. Kelly could very easily walk away with less than 5 years, and considering the Ignition hit maker has already done 2 years, could end up doing just 3 years in jail after sentencing. Although this is still looked at as very unfair to the king of R&B, whose only crime is allowing people to get close to him. Many of R. Kelly fans believe this was a planned vendetta crafted by the media, who exploited individuals that R. Kelly had lived or worked closely with over the years, including his ex-wife, to categorically tarnish his image and reputation and eventually bring him down. Here is what some of R. Kelly fans have to say about the highly anticipated sentencing. Sean Matthews commented, "I am not even waiting for sentencing. R. Kelly lawyers should just get on with the appeal already, because I am confident that he was wrongly convicted and deserves a chance to be heard. I am aware that Kelly's attorney is already gearing up to spend whatever time it takes challenging his convictions. She had previously asked Judge Donnelly to overturn them, but since this looks like it hit a dead end, she has pledged to file an appeal to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, and then potentially the U.S. Supreme Court if the sentencing turns out harsher than anticipated. David Smith, who claims to have been following up the trial closely, says, "Kelly does not deserve to stay in prison even a day longer. He has already spent long enough time locked up for no crime committed. If the jury does not give us anything less than 2 years that would guarantee R. Kelly walks out of prison soon after sentencing, then we don't want to know what will come out of the courtroom come 29th June. My guess and wish is he will be handed 2 years or less, allowing him to walk free right after sentencing." Another R. Kelly diehard, Martinez, says, "I suspect the judge will go with Jennifer's ask and sentence R. Kelly to between 10 and 14 years in jail based on the seriousness of the allegations against him. His accusers must have done their homework. They played a good card by incorporating a criminal case of racketeering on top of all the allegations. Once you have a criminal case in the picture that they have biasly found him guilty of, then you know the rules have changed. This is what will warrant a longer than usual sentencing, and should he get lucky, he will get no less than 10 years. My advice to his lawyers is to immediately appeal this case, as I don't see R. Kelly getting a fair sentencing at all." Well, we can only wait and see what the sentencing will come up with, but we can all be sure that R. Kelly is not doing life in prison. We also wait to hear what Kelly's lawyer Jennifer will come up with as her justification for the supposedly shorter sentence she is pushing for in a filing next Monday. This should hopefully convince the jury to ignore the government's unrealistic ask of 25 years and above for the king of R&B. Thank you for watching LFN News, a production of LFN Media, giving you another view of issues at hand. To get notified whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now and hit the notification icon. And remember to give us your comment on the subject matter below.